Okay, we got a pile of wood here. We got a very questionable looking piece of eucalyptus we're gonna use. It's kind of wet wood and it's cracked and all weird. So I'm like, you know what? Let's throw some wet wood in this and see how big of a deal that actually is. We're gonna use just some pine that I have, and some more pine for the back here. Glue this all together. We're gonna use some spruce braces that I made previously. And here's the kicker. We are going to use zinc-plated steel, I think. But we're going to use this as the guitar top. It's going to be super weird. And I'm not trying to make like a resonator guitar. I just want to see how resonant the metal can be compared to wood as a top, you know, and it's super thin. I mean, you could probably shave with that if you wanted. I always call this the GL100, but it's actually a GL1. This is the Yamaha ukulele, so we're going to use this as the template for the size. I no longer play this guitar because I've made guitars that sound better and play better than this guitar. So I'm actually going to use some of these Geiger tuners. They're pretty cheap. I got this for $35, and they have these ball bearings on the ends, so there's not going to be any binding once you know, this is actually mounted on the guitar. So once it gets to the point where it meets in here, it's riding entirely on a ball bearing. This is not going to be a super clean build. It's going to do quick and dirty just to get it done. So there's going to be a lot of corners cut on this one because this is an experiment. So if this does end up working, I'm going to make another one of these out of really nice wood. Got to make sure and go with the grain because, you know, it's pretty important for this kind of stuff. So I want it to be perfectly on grain, you know. When's the last time you used tin snips for a guitar top? I would say probably never. But you come to the right place here. Now this top is going to be absolutely dastardly safety-wise until I get it glued on and shaved down. So I got to be real cautious of edges. Put that in the wood scrap. That's the top there. Kind of looks cool already, doesn't it? Forged in the pits of hell. Okay, so I'm thinking I'm just going to keep with the same 3 braces that I've been doing. So I'll go ahead and get some measurements here, and then we'll go ahead and epoxy these down so we can start shaping them. Now I know this stuff is going to expand a lot. We can try to clean it up later, but that's not really my main concern. My main concern is just making sure it makes full contact. Something like that. Okay. We're not going to really worry about glue cleanup. Just getting it on there. Something like that. Whatever. Okay. Okay. Okay, so they turned out pretty good. Not a ton of overspill. Gonna sound weird. Well, my router blew up. The gear inside or whatever was driving this just completely stripped. Doesn't work anymore, so gonna have to use the old hammer and chisel. Okay, this is the best I could do with a chisel. Every time there's a little bit more clamps. This one's special though, because the top is a lot different. Hey, keep it down up there. I'm the only one making noise around here. It sounds like something. Just got to get rid of this little flappy. Oh my gosh, it's gonna work. Doesn't this just sound like Christmas? It's beautiful. See if we can get rid of this flap. That's like an OSHA violation waiting to happen. You know, it actually might be truly metal just to leave it like sharp like this. Like a blade.
You wanna fight me? Huh?
Well, it looks like we might. Well, it looks like we might have to re-glue this because I melted a lot of the glue off with all the heat. Now I'm going to start cutting the fret slots, and then, yeah, let's sew it up. My tongue hurts, by the way. Like, when I'm focusing, I always, like, close my mouth real hard and then suck the back of my tongue through my teeth, and I don't know why I do it. It just hurts. Okay, that's good enough. I can always come back and fix little things like that after I actually build it. But we're looking like we're ready to glue. And then I'm going to put epoxy on the top. Go ahead and dampen the surface. Now remember, this stuff expands, so I'm just going to put that much. Should be good, I think. So I'm a bit concerned for this because I heard if you don't clamp Gorilla Glue like super tight, the bond is not very good. So I don't really have much weight on there. Okay, so it's a few hours later and everything's kind of glued up. It's a very neck heavy guitar because I use this really dense pine. Damn, that wood grabs. This wood is so fucking hard to cut. Super nice feeling. These are 18-1. Martin headstock, here we come. I'm being lazy right now because I don't want to put a lot of effort into this guitar because I don't know if it's going to work. By the way, I am never using this kind of pine ever again on a neck. It was a nightmare to work with. Okay, I'm going to trust I did as many things right as possible, and we're going to shellac this, and then it'll be playable tomorrow. Here we go. Ooh. It's a pretty quiet guitar. It sounds very different though. I think if I would have used cedar instead of pine, mahogany instead of pine, I could get maybe a little bit more warm tone. But how warm of tone can you expect with a guitar top made out of metal, right? I'm probably not going to do too much refining of this guitar. I'm going to glue the nut on, of course, you know, lower the saddle, lower the nut a little bit, and call it a day. So I'm not going to build another one of these probably because there's just not enough resonance there to justify it. But I thought it would bring a nice sort of metallic sound to the classical guitar, you know, the nylon strings. I mean, it kind of does, but it was a cool experiment nonetheless. Have a good day. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you in a future video. Damn it, it went on crooked, whatever.